kicker things that aren't kicker for mechanics that we would like to have expanded.
Kicker that aren't kicker.
Everything is kicker. Everything is kicker. But they just have different words and slightly different things. And so we would like to expand upon different mechanics that we want more of that aren't necessarily kicker. But it's just still kicker.
It's still kicker. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I hope I followed that right. Yes. Yeah.
Is that in the title?
So we have our Fav5 there. We have a week 2 of Stump the Smith Savant. That is
that's been since June, probably, huh?
At least then, right?
Because we skipped some in July.
And then because we were gone. And then so again, where is the card? Where is it? Where did I put it? It's up here. So this week's is, who is our stumper? It is Mike Phillips, also known as Platypus Hobo, trying to win the Delighted Halfling Foil Proxy. We're also going to be doing a little recap. We had kind of a lot of
update.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a little better term for that. Update on the ChatGPT stuff. Because what it is 9 p.m. Central. Am I wrong? Somebody's commenting.
Yeah, it's 9 p.m. Central.
So we're gonna do a little update because there was a lot of people that did the deck stuff, and actually one of our patrons and fellow SmithCon attendee, Russ Crux of Fate, he does a lot of work with ChatGPT and working with stuff with that.
Okay.
And so he reached out to kind of give some tips on stuff. So we're gonna kind of go over that. That's gonna be a short little. I think that's just like a in-between segment, so maybe right after we do the tags we'll kind of jump into that, or do we want to talk about that now? I don't know. What do you want to just
talk about it right now? That's generally where we put the small talk bit. Like, it covers up whatever we did this week, and that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So
or else we're gonna go for 2 hours.
No.
Legit.
Yeah. We just talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because you went and saw that for like all the way up until prep. We didn't prep. We just talked about Ninja Turtles.
We talked about it for 10 minutes. It was like, we have 2 minutes left. Let's do our clap. And all right.
So Russ reached out and kind of gave some tips on stuff. So this is interesting. So how he said is one of the strongest tools. I'm basically quoting Russ a lot in this, but one of the strongest tools with ChatGPT is interacting with you. So you feeding it more and more information helps it learn. And the other thing he kind of pointed out was there's these threads. Let me pull, actually, let's do this. Card preview. So on the side, you can see here, so like keyword mechanics, I have that up there. I have other stuff. But if you look down here, I have the top 10 Bruvac mill cards. So you can have 7 of those different chats saved. And every time, like, I could add in right now to this one where it's top 10 Bruvac mill cards, and it remembers everything that was said above and kind of builds upon that. But if I go to this other one, Magda Deck GPT scale, it isn't remembering this Bruvac conversation. These are 2 separate things. So you kind of have to keep your chats in a, sorted in a way, like if you're wanting to do specific things. So actually I'm going to start making labels of like, okay, this is one I only want to do for GPT scale. So when I'm trying to figure out my decks and all that. So really quick, before I keep going longer with it, is what he said, how we did it kind of wrong was we kept saying, don't just do mono blue. And what he said, the better way to say what is say like, Glimpse the Unthinkable and Consuming Aberration both have black color identity. Please provide only cards that have blue color identity to fit my commander identity. So you're kind of explaining why you want it to do certain things. And maybe we could try that, actually. Let's do...
Okay.
I should have...
And I don't know why it started 4.5 minutes into the cast for you. VW.
That is weird. Well, I was wondering... I'm looking at, it's funny because I was looking, and normally we have a lineup of people. So there might be a little hiccup that happened in the beginning, but normally we have a lineup of like people that were like viewers, and it was 0. So I kept checking and I'm like, Are we not live? What's going on? So maybe the people viewing might have caught it. Something might have had a little hiccup with it, but it was good on our end. I'm not sure why. But anyways, okay.
You're the problem. You guys watching.
So I don't want to type it in because it just might take a little bit, but that's something that one of the things that Russ said. He said it can also ingest from other sites, so you can direct it to go, give me your top 10 mill cards using EDH Rec. And so it will go to the site and kind of pull from there. And you can ask, when you're doing like the rating scale, this is kind of interesting. You can ask why it gave your deck a certain rating. You can say, how did you come to this conclusion? And it might give you an answer or explain itself. And then lastly, there is some tips. He also agreed that this is probably the most positive thing that we came to the conclusion of last week, that rating your deck might be the best thing with using ChatGPT at this time.
Mm-hmm.
He agreed that the more people that use it, the better it's going to get, because it's getting more and more information from other people. The exact conclusions we kind of came to, but he said you can also ask it 5 ways. Like if it's like your deck is a 7, you can go, what are 5 cards you would add to make it a 8 or a 9? Or if you wanted to downgrade it, what are 5 cards you would take out of this deck to bring it down to a 6 or a 5? And then you can also ask it budget questions. Can you build me a deck that's $10 and under for each card? So there's a lot of tooling around that you can use with ChatGPT that it seems, I feel like we just scratched the surface. And I mean, that's what it is. It's
right. You had only looked at it for a couple of days. And I really did like the idea of the power level one. And so I was hoping you would do more of my decks and then I could know.
You could do it too. Everybody,
right.
Discord kept doing theirs. They kept doing all
their
decks.
It was fun to see other people posting what they were getting.
And and also on chat on YouTube, we were getting some comments on there. And the cool thing was, not everybody's was a 7. Like people were getting 8s, some people were getting 6s. You know, like some losers got 5s. And I'm just kidding.
Wow,
I'm kidding. It's a casual deck, man. It's fine.
Dickhead Discord. Huh? You going after them again?
I did. You just said
dare
that.
you?
Discord.
No,
did you hear him?
It's your nickname for them. How dare you?
It's alliteration. You got to go with it. And they were always voting for you. That
was year 1 and 2 right there. Every segment name was alliteration. It was amazing, but
still's always in my head. I like alliteration. It's fun. Okay, so that's kind of the summary. That if there's more questions or people have more tips and stuff like that, love to hear them. You can put it in the comments and all that. My light just fell.
Something happened. All right. Are we done with ChatGPT?
Yeah, we're done.
Or did you have?
Thanks, Russ.
Okay, that was fun. That was cool. Like we were saying, it's plug in your decks and see how that goes. Also, we're gonna do a Stump the Smith Savant, as you said. I'm just remembering that. And then also we're doing staple versus. It's gonna be Crucible of Worlds versus Oracle of Moldiah.
Oracle.
You're not going to be that excited after people vote, but that's okay.
Oracle. I just had a good argument.
Did you?
Yeah.
You got to scratch it off because it's not good enough. So.
Wait, we have the results too. We're going to talk about Consulate, whatever that fucking thing was against Vandal Blast. So we'll find out the results of that. You know where that's going, right?
I do. I do. Consulate Crackdown.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I am drinking tonight. I got a Lupulin, and you can always tell by Lupulin because they have like crazy, the same artist for all their stuff. But I'm drinking an 8-count tropical hazy India pale ale. 7%, 7.5%. Oh shit! I hope we don't get a surprise bitch Malort tonight because it's 7.5. I didn't realize it's 7. I thought it was a 6%er. Whoopsies. So
I'm drinking. The first one I'm having is a Speedway Stout AleSmith. It's a coffee stout. This is 12%.
Oh,
so stop playing. And then I've already done this one before, so I'm not going to talk it up. I kind of let it get old, I think. This one's going to be a salted caramel stout from Lakes and Legends.
That sounds
brewed with
amazing.
sea salt and caramel, and that's 6.5. So, but that I'm
That
excited for that one.
can
Ooh.
looks a little sus. I like it though.
It's caramel dripping down.
Oh, is that what it is? That's
How do you say caramel or caramel?
caramel.
Caramel.
If you say caramel, you're a weirdo.
Really? How do you say the candy bar? Carmelo?
Carmelo Anthony? Do you call him?
No, that it's a candy bar. Is it caramello or Carmelo?
I don't know.
It's caramello. Why wouldn't you just
I don't
call it
know because I don't
caramel?
get that one. I never get that candy
It was
bar.
delicious. It was definitely why
Is that the
I
one
almost
that
had cavities.
breaks the ones in
And
the
then
little
oozes
squirt?
apart?
Oh, okay, I do.
It's
I
like
do
a,
have that.
like a great. It's like a cheese pull, but
You know-
caramel pull.
You,
You know what I mean?
how
But-
much for 3 Malort? Yeah, that's out of your spending range. You can't buy Malort. No Malorts.
It's 45.
Stop it. If you want to make Lowery sleep on the couch, you buy 4 of them. Not the couch. I always do that. Sleep in the basement. You have Lowery sleep in the basement. This is part of the pitch of the Malorts. Okay, so yeah, that's the cast in a nutshell. Is there anything else?
The first Stump the Smith Savant. VW is saying that it was darkness. I honestly just go week to week. That's I don't. I've lost a Crucible of Worlds twice.
Yes, you have.
I do remember that part.
Darkness. So, VW, I think he's right. That was mine though, because I remember that was before people were picking. Because I remember, darkness. This is going to be a fun one to use. So in the beginning, if those of you that are listening that aren't from the beginning, this is like 2-3 years at least. This is going.
I think we're at 2.5, maybe.
Of people donating, not donating, entering, it's been over 2 for that. So, but then we did it for so long, like probably what, 6-9 months. Like I picked those 2 numbers.
No, I think it was like 3 or 4 months. I think we started in a spring, and then we started doing giveaways in the fall.
You might be right.
I think it's only been 2 years. So
do you realize we're in the fall at this point?
Right. 2 years since we've been giving cards away.
Yes.
And
let's
say 2.5 started. Because I think it was like, hey, we should try and do this for YouTube. And that was when the YouTube push started.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
I think that sounds right.
Cool story.
I
didn't have my buttons ready.
It is a cool story.
Wait, where is it?
Are we going to start tags early? Like
what?
2 minutes early? Do we want to start tags 2 minutes early?
I mean, I guess we did already get through the ChatGPT stuff. So
we did.
We can
just move on. We have an episode.
We can just do it. I mean, today's been a busy day, and tomorrow's gonna be busy. And
do you want to talk about your trailer tractor? Not trailer. No, it's not.
My trailer, the tire exploding while we were driving home last night. Yeah, that was fun.
You can talk about that, or just beat around the bush. We don't have to do it.
It blew up, and it was at 7:15 at night on our way home. And actually, my wife was like, "Does the trailer feel weird?" I was like, "What?" I look in my rear view mirror. I look in hers first. I don't see anything. I look over, and I can see pieces of tire flying into the air. I was like, "Oh shit!" So I'm like pulling over because I didn't feel it. I don't know how she did, and I was like, "How did you feel that?" She was like, "I don't know. It just felt weird." So then we pulled over, and it's by Paul Bunyan land. So we were like at the parking lot. So we went into there, and I started trying to take off the lug nuts, and I was like, well, this is going to take about 40 minutes. So why don't you run to Menards, which was 20 minutes away, and get us a tire? Well, it was closing in a half an hour. So she got there with 10 minutes to spare in a panic, got a tire. I didn't realize that there were some trailer tires only have 4 lug nuts. Some of them have 5, like 5 little spots for it. I thought there was only one that, they all had 5. So she came back with one that had 4, and we needed 5. So we took off the table that was on the trailer, put it in the back of my truck, and left the trailer there. And then I called this morning to say, hey, don't recycle my trailer. I'm coming back to get it. And so it's
not copper. You were fine.
So I came back with my oldest today and changed the tires. So it was fun. It was an extra 3-hour drive basically today that I was not expecting. So it's been a whirlwind of a day. So cool story. All right.
Should we do TMNT real quick?
Yeah,
do
go
we
ahead.
want to do TME?
Well, just don't spoil it for me because I'm going to take the boys to go see it. But you
Is-
liked it.
I was just gonna like recap really quick what we talked about beforehand. Was that any problem there when we were talking about it?
Go for it. Okay, you liked it. It was
All right.
good, right?
I enjoyed it. The story is kind of new and fresh, but still the same thing, and everything works as a storytelling mechanic and where they're going with it. There are definitely like nostalgic bits in it. Like when I grew up, my favorite tape in the car was that Rock Band Turtles thing. So I fucking and it's terrible. It's terrible. It's like considered some of the worst music ever made. But you got it from like Pizza Hut in the early 90s.
Oh yeah.
And so, but I love that shit. I love the cartoon. I was all about that forever. I have mugs up, like pint glasses up in that corner. I love them.
That's your Lord of the Rings pint glasses, basically. Mine
No,
are
no, it
these, and
isn't.
yours are
Like,
Ninja Turtles.
there isn't anything that I'm not into that much.
Wait,
Like
what are
it's
you
just
saying?
magic. Man, I'm saying that is if Lord of the Rings was a human, you'd probably
Yes.
like,
You don't
stock
need.
them.
You don't need.
I wouldn't
was-
stock the turtles. I would just.
I thought you were going to go more rated R with that statement because I was saying yes
Nope.
to that because
Nope.
yes.
But it was very enjoyable. I liked. It was weird to hear the new lingo and realize, son of a
Oh,
gun,
you little bastard!
that the new lingo
Ugh.
definitely shows that I'm old, and
VW?
I kind of missed the old school lingo, like cowabunga dude. Like I don't think that caught anywhere in there, which is fine. It's part of it for me, but not necessarily.
Do they like pizza?
The turtles are more, I think they did a great job of showing them being teenagers.
Do they like pizza? Is pizza still the thing?
Yes, pizza's
Okay.
still a thing.
Good.
Pizza's still a thing, and pizza's my favorite food, probably because of the turtles.
Pizza's
And
the greatest
also
food ever.
how they would have weird pizzas is probably why I eat weird things. And like, oh, this and this sounds good together.
Lowery,
that's probably the turtles.
Lowery is the way he is because of the Ninja Turtles. Is what it is.
Very much well could be. Yeah.
VW just got us a 3-shotter of Malort. Okay, keep going. What's your summary?
We should do that. The only thing that I want to see if like I'm the only person, but like for some reason the like song music like took me out of it at points. Like it was like this doesn't fit this scene at all. It was very weird for me. I don't know if I'm the only one. Leave it in the comment section if you agree or disagree, like you thought it worked. I just don't know. My son wants me to buy it. I don't think I'm going to, but there's plenty of turtle stuff out there.
You said
you know what I mean?
You said
it's 30 years.
You're a Ninja Turtle aficionado.
Right. No, I used to be when I couldn't afford things. Now that I can afford things, I just buy magic stuff.
Touche. Cool. That's not even. I don't have a button to say I agree with you. Nope.
Hello, boobies.
Oh, that works. We got a lot of points on the Discord.
A new Malort bottle.
Hello, boobies.
There we go. Fresh.
Ooh. How many did you buy?
Just one.
Hey, was that you or?
I bought two.
Was that you or is that Renshai or is that Ryan? So many people post the unemployed guy that drinks the Malort and everything.
Yeah.
Who did the aerating thing? Who posted that? Was that Renshai?
I'm not sure who posted that. I had seen that and I wanted to try it before he did it. I still want to, but
oh yeah, ChatGPT. I got to get rid of it. All right, here we go. Repaying debts.
Wiener.
And getting back to that. All right. Fuck.
All right.
Yeah, we have to try that. We have to get a little aerator thing and see the difference.
But we only do it in shot glasses, so we'd have to pour like a fucking snifter of Malort. And
you have to have two of them. So maybe you would get the top, like a taller glass. Maybe just like a.
What do you mean two of them? Why do we need two?
Because you got to taste test it, see which one tastes.
No. I know that regular Malort is awful,
but we have to see how much more awful it is.
Right. So I think we just put 3 shots into one of those things, aerate it one night, and
sip
if
on
it's way better. No, I mean, what are you going to take 3 shots at once? What kind of maniac are you?
Well, what kind of maniac is just gonna have it like a drink, like put it on the rocks? Like what the fuck?
Because he's aerating
yeah,
it.
That was the best. He's aerating as he's drinking, and it's just spilling everywhere. It's like it's so much better.
This guy is hilarious with Malort.
But it is funny if you watch those videos. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, the unemployed, is it unemployed Malort guy? Is there
no wine guy? He just tries drinks and he talks about it, and then that's something that he normally does. And then he has a series of
Malort
switching in Malort into drinks that, like, unless it's
Ted
not a whiskey and Coke,
aerator.
it's a Malort and Coke. That kind of concept.
Every single one, he says it's disgusting, except for this one, which he aerated, which Ted posted it, which is hilarious. He's like, "Oh, it's actually not bad." And the very first one that you posted, you were the one that posted to the
Ted
Discord.
Posted the aerator one.
The one where he did wasn't it the Irish car bomb? Is that what it was? And then he's just like, "Oh, that's not so bad." And he goes, "Oh, you tricky bastard, Malort!" He almost pukes all over.
Okay, and I do want to talk about the as he's aerating it and going to try and drink it because it tastes better. I was so worried he was going to get like his lip caught in it or like a hair piece. Have you seen that shit where people like put corn on the cob on a drill and try and eat it?
No, that sounds
holy shit. People lose their teeth.
Yeah,
like
insane.
Hair gets wrapped up and pulled out. It's fucking nuts. And that's what like my brain went to really quick. I was like,
you're like,
God,
oh no,
please don't.
we're gonna lose the unemployed wine guy.
He's gonna look legit unemployed without teeth. Like that's what I was worried about.
But the one point I will say about him is I pointed this out on Discord a few weeks ago, but when you posted that first video that we all saw, months ago at this point, he's all like dressed nice. He's in his kitchen. He's dressed nice. The latest ones, he looks disheveled. Like he does
disheveled.
He does it. It looks like Malort has taken a soul or a toll on his soul. Like he looks so different now. But speaking of Malort, thanks. VW, let's do it. This is the first one. We got to get it out of the way.
It's been a few weeks, hasn't it?
It has.
All right.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
Great. Not as bad.
Why is that different?
It wasn't as bad this time for me.
It's a lot more piney this time.
But that's the first one.
Is that what a fresh Malort tastes like?
The next one, I know how 2 and 3 are not good. Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
A little teary. All right, what are we doing?
All right. Let's get our tags.
All right. Remember when we were going to do this 10 minutes or 2 minutes early?
That was 10 minutes ago. You are exactly right. All right. You can become a patron like our new patron. We got a new patron this week. I'm just trying to get to the right button here. Where's my button? There we go. You can become a patron like our new patron, Jonathan Harden.
Welcome to a meat forest.
That sounds like a fairy tale of a meat forest.
You can become a patron like John by becoming $1 or more. That will get you into the Discord. $5 gets you proxies if you so choose each month. The higher you move on those tiers, come on, microphone, stay up. See, and donating will help us get better shit. Unlike this, the mic stand's fine. It's been good. It's been a good
fine. You're fine. Don't fail on me.
But $5 gets you the proxies. The higher you move, you get foils. Like I showed you the delighted halfling foils.
I hate when you can't like think of joke.
Think of joke.
Think of joke. Look, this is aftermath of it's post shot clarity.
Are you having really trouble after Malort? Are you really, having a seizure after a Malort shot?
Good. If it's a seizure,
it's a Malort brain.
What's the erection pill?
The blue chewables?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about Viagra?
I don't know the slang or
I don't know. It's a commercial on
Rafael Palmeiro was sporting it. You want somebody else to hold your bat? No. Yeah. So there was going to be a Viagra joke there, but I could not think of the word. So
Malort brain.
Right. At least I don't need to use it.
So the God, now I've lost my concentration. What do we? So yeah, so that's financially supporting the show. The other way you can financially support the show is just like VW Scott just did by donating on the live stuff. You can donate to make us take terrible Malort shots on the podcast. Right. We also have jelly beans. The hot jelly beans are not on the podcast. Everywhere else it is there. We did do our Commander game last week. I'll talk about that in a second. So that was a place that you could donate as well. So those are the financial ways to support the show, but also kind of financially supporting the show is subscribe to our channel. That helps us out on YouTube. Subscribe there, watch our videos. Make sure you give them a like. So if you're watching this right now, hit that like button. That helps us out. That is the free way to support the show, and we appreciate that so much. You guys have been awesome over the last, I don't know, how long have we been doing this? For 5.5 years? We really haven't pushed YouTube until the last basically.
We're going to cut off that first year. Nobody was listening at that point.
It's fun to go back to there was a couple. It was our parents.
You're right.
No, it was our parents. Right. Grandma and grandpa.
No, our parents didn't. No, they didn't.
Grandma.
They kept on saying like, can we listen
show?
to it? I was like,
no,
you shouldn't.
Please don't check it out. We didn't.
I showed my dad last fall. And he's like, oh, that's cool. And then did not pay attention to it. So
proud of you, son. I won't listen to any of it.
That's okay. It's like when you were talking ChatGPT, I was like, I can't understand your nerd language.
I even saw you yawn once. I'm like, all right, I'm losing Lowery, so that means I'm losing everybody else. I gotta hurry this up really quick. The obvious, I forgot I'm on camera.
Right. my dad wanted to give me a wedgie, so that's fine. That's like, you fucking nerd.
I can't help myself.
No, it's fine. He didn't care when I was an athlete either. So it's
wait. Oh shit! I was almost on the right buttons.
It's just a joke. He always supported me. I always appreciated it. I tell the joke that like I played football from 4th grade through college, and so that's 12 years. And I played basically the same position every year, guard. And he did not know what that meant at all. Did not know where I was. I don't even think he like knew my number or anything. Like he just sat there and kind of went, huh? For football, my jersey number. Come on. But like like he's not a football player. He's not really a sports guy. So when you don't know what's going on, you're there. So I appreciate it.
I'm just curious that like just thinking about that, like, if he didn't know your number or where you were, what was he looking at when he was watching the football?
We just watching. He was going, oh, that ball thing was going fast, huh? Who's kicking that thing? Why is that there?
Lowery, you had some really good throws. Dad, I don't throw the ball. Oh.
Why don't you touch the ball at all? Like, I'm protecting the guy with the ball.
That sounds boring.
Why? Yeah, that sounds boring. Yeah, most people do consider that boring.
All right. So if you guys subscribe to YouTube, we have tons of videos that go on throughout the week, throughout the month. Last week, we got our first Commander game in the last 3 months. Right. We played both our Lord of the Rings decks. So you played your Balrog deck, and I played Tom the Bombadil Anxiety Attack Craziness. First game was 30 minutes long.
So fast.
It was the fastest, well, besides Renshai's combo Prosh deck that went down in, I think it was 8 minutes is what that one was. 30 minutes is pretty quick. And then we had a normal hour and a half second game. So Tom ended up winning both of them, but the first one wasn't really like Tom doing Tom things. It was, I had enough answers for not dying because I had Teferi's Protection.
Right. You didn't do anything other than just win.
Yep, exactly. Because Lowery Torment of Hailfired all of us. So everybody got within one swing death, single digit life totals. And Quinn swung in with his huge, whatever it was, 30 something. I got hit
for 40.
Yeah, something. Trample.
Justin got hit for
Jason
20. Jason, sorry.
Yeah, Jason got, yeah.
Is-
And then he was like, well, you seem like the easiest, so I'm leaving you. And I was like, sweet. So then
You son of a gun.
he was only at 10 life. So I swung in with a 4/4 angel because I had the enchantment. Every time I play an enchantment, I get a 4/4 angel. And then he went to kill me, and then I took Fury's Protection and cast another spell to get another angel. So then I killed him with 2 4/4s. But then the second game, I felt more like everybody was kind of doing crazy stuff, except your commander got completely neutered.
I got obliated and have in a red and black deck has no real way to manage enchantment like removal. So it was phased out, couldn't get it back. And I drew a shit ton of land.
Yeah, you did.
So if I drew something, I was gonna be able to do something.
If I drew an answer, I'd have an answer, is what you're saying.
I didn't. Yeah, I was done. So,
Yeah,
but
man.
I like the Balrog.
I
Like
think
it was
it's
kind of
actually-
fun. Like it was super fast.
I liked that first game, seeing how it all went. Like you're rocking me in the face. Like you could probably
Yeah,
killed me
baby.
with. You probably could. I mean, I had my Teferi's Protection because at that point I was like, if Lowery does his not normal thing. Lowery's normal thing when we're in Commander games is
Not true.
get Adam down early, get him neutered so he's within one swing death, and then you go to other targets, and that's what you did. You got me down where I think you maybe needed one more swing and killed me. Was that right, or did you only hit me with
Right.
him? Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I hit you twice, and then I hit Quinn once. I
Yeah.
think. One of
Maybe.
the two. So
Yeah, something
it was
like
two at you, one at somebody else.
If you guys
And
want to
then,
confirm this, make sure to check out the video and then make sure to give it a like.
Right. And so I got that hit
And a
in,
comment.
tormented, and got everybody in under 20,
Yeah, everybody
except for
At-
me.
10-ish, because I think I was
Yeah.
at 8, and
You were like 6 or
Yeah,
8. Yeah.
yeah,
It was a fun game. It was super fast. It felt like everybody kind of did something,
yeah.
except for you. But then you won. So it's in the second
That's
game.
totally
I
true.
didn't do
'Cause
much.
I
but-
didn't even get Tom out that first game. It was just trying to set up and stay alive. But yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But then the second game, yeah, then Tom went off. Like that's the,
Yeah, that you're doing your thing.
It's just like, all right, this counter removes this counter, and this one does this, and then this one triggers this, and this does this. Oh, I'm so glad I'm by myself and not in front of a bunch of people, because that was SmithCon, and I fucking almost lost it. Anyways, okay,
Okay, go check
videos.
out the game.
Check that one out. Give that one a like. We also have curated MTG. Happens twice a week. Lowery, do you know what your curated MTG is going to be this week? I don't know why I hit
Good
so
games.
many Gs.
It's gonna be Familiar Ground, which is a green enchantment that is in my Onyxia deck, but it makes it so that your creatures can't be blocked by more than one creature.
Mm.
So gonna focus on like the benefit of that. Like if you're going Voltron, they can't just like double,
What's up,
triple,
Jason?
quadruple block. What's up? And or like with Onyxia, it has Menace, which means you need to block it with 2 creatures, but with Familiar Ground, you can't block with more than 1, and so thusly gives Onyxia
Unblockable.
unblockability.
There you go. That's fun. So that'll be tomorrow's, right?
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yep, tomorrow's.
So biggest thing with those on YouTube and TikTok, you can catch both, or the curated, any of the shorter stuff. Anything under a minute will be on TikTok as well, so you guys can check those out. Make sure you watch them, give them a like. That helps us out more than you know. I think that's it. This week you are going to do a deck tech, right? Is that what it's going on? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna do Treebeard, the great host,
Oh,
generous
sweet.
host.
Sweet. So we
So-
keep going Lord of the Rings stuff. Cool.
Hmm.
So that'll be what, Wednesday or Thursday? Yes.
Probably, yeah. Yep. Yeah. One of those days.
Generally
think
around
about
9 o'clock is our start time. So either check
Yes.
the YouTubes around that time, Wednesday or Thursday. You can watch Larry build that deck. So that's YouTube's. You can also vote there. We have a community tab and all that. That's our staple verses and all that fun stuff. And you can check us out on Twitter X. I don't know, X Twitter. Whatever it is, we will post things there. If you're not a part of the Discord, highly suggest you become a part of the Discord so you know what we're all doing. We still post there. We just don't interact very much over there.
But if you ever want to at us, we will probably respond.
yes, but I would say the best, even more, we respond more for YouTube. Like, I think if you sent a comment to us on Twitter, we might see it after like 3 or 4 days. But YouTube, we generally see it right away. So if you really wanted to message us, jump on YouTube and do a message on one of the videos. Or I think there's even a way to do it on a video. Just find a random one, like maybe one from like 6 years ago. That's before we even did the cast, 3 years ago, and just write a comment, and we'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, so I have a slight theory on that though. Why like Twitter sucks. So Twitter or like X sends out a bunch of like, hey, this person said this person, da da da, and like they do ahead like things like Facebook. Whereas like TikTok is saying, you got to like, you got a message, you got a letter, you got to, and YouTube's like, you got a message, here's your thing. But it's like about your content, to whereas like Twitter is about other people, bigger people's content.
Right. Oh, that's a good point.
And so like, there's so much shit about Twitter. I'm like, skip. I just, I'm just trying to get rid of the notifications.
Right.
And maybe ChatGPT knows how to stop those notifications, but I don't know enough. So I just ignore Twitter for the most part.
Okay, so you can direct message us there on YouTube, or you can direct message us by shooting us an email at commandersmiths@gmail.com. Do we want to do it now? Do you want Sable versus right now? Or Stump? So we just get back into our normal groove of things?
Yeah.
Let's get our normal groove.
How's your beer?
My beer I'm on my second one.
You all right with it? Yeah, mine's very mid. I would not suggest mine.
I like mine. I like the tropical hazy. It gives a little bit of a fruitiness to it, so I dig that. I like my darker beer better, but this is pretty good. So 7.5, and the Malorts are. Oh, should we do a Malort before you do your get your brain?
Second
juices?
one normally, yeah. I mean, we can.
Or do we want the main segment first, and then we do?
No, let's do it. Let's do it again.
Do it again, and then we're doing.
Scothio, let's do this.
All right. Let's get to it. Where are we? Stump.
Second one.
And we are going to hit the button. And I can hit the right button this time because you didn't get stumped. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. Now remember, we haven't had any new entries for a little bit at this point. I don't know why, because you guys are stumping them. This is how you win stuff. We have a lot of people still to go through. I'm just saying, if you want to enter, it has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. So, and you don't send us a tweet or whatever message on anything else, or even on this video. Got to send me either a direct message on Discord or an email at thecommandersmiths@gmail.com. So that's the places. Okay. If you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowery is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no will hear this.
Wrong.
He will get up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card but can't get what the card name is, he will get the initials of the card. If he has 1 clue left, like if he only uses 2 of his clues, he will get a bonus clue that should help give it away. Like I mentioned before, the card needs to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. Every 3 weeks, we will add to the ante. So we're on week 2. Lowery's current record is 65 because he got a win last week, and 23. This is our prize, is the Delighted Halflane Wombo art. So this is original art from AI, and it's in foil.
Just looks so happy.
And it looks like the gal from Lost, kind of. What's her name? That's also...
I don't know the show.
But, okay, well, better. She is in the Hobbit remake, it's Legolas's crush, kind of, where she's in love with one of the dwarves.
Oh.
She's also in...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of looks like that. This week's Stumper is Mike Phillips, a.k.a. Platypus Hobo. But before we get to that, Lowery needs his thinking juice, and we have to take our second shot of Malort. I've eliminated the chat, so the chat can play along to see if they can stump or get it before Lowery does. All right, cheers. Thanks, buddy. Here we go. Second one's always worse. Oh. Oh. Okay, yep, that one's worse. That was much worse. Okay. Here we go. You ready? I got the flavor text right here.
Just angry. Fuck. All right. Yeah.
All right, here we go. I stand with every member of my clan, and they stand with me. I stand with every member of my clan, and they stand with me.
Nobody's saying anything? It's
Nope.
not like a quote from anybody. One more time, please.
It's on your screen, too. I stand with every
right.
member of my clan, and they stand with me.
Okay, so I think sorry, lots of gas. Perfect.
Lots of Malort
Can't-
gas.
Let's see here. Okay, so for some reason it's making me feel very like green white Ravnica-y. So is this green white? Yeah. Is this color identity green white, or one green and or a white?
Hello, boobies.
Okay. It still might not be Ravnica, but those are the two that are kind of like nature clan-ish. And that's why like green white, the conclave, there we go. Really like makes me feel like that's the case. But really after that I don't know. There's like an instant with Convoke that's green white that's like in my mind, but let's get a first clue, please.
So far, no one has it on chat there, so just kind of saying that. They're putting guesses in. The art features a white woolly mammoth all geared up for battle in front of what looks like a castle. The art features a white woolly mammoth all geared up for battle in front of what looks like a castle.
What?
The art features a white woolly mammoth all geared up for battle in front of what looks like a castle.
In front of what looks like a castle? What
I think
a castle?
it is a castle. It's a castle. Okay.
Why are you being fucking...
I don't know. It looks like it's a castle. I can't see the
Okay.
whole thing. It's
All
blocked.
right.
I can't see it.
What?
Can't see
All
it.
right.
That's not the important part. I was just
Right.
describing
No, I'm
the
getting
background.
there. All right. I stand with every member of my clan, and they stand with me. A white mammoth in front of a castle. So we're
All geared up for battle in front of a castle.
right. Are we talking like Ice Age has mammoths, but none of them are in over 10,000 decks. There's no way. Maybe it's a newer art of something. This very much feels like a white card at this point. And
Ibukaki thinks I don't want to say what his, because it could give it away if I say what his comment is. Oh,
yeah, you know.
yep, he has
Jeez.
it. He has
Okay,
it.
so
Stop.
I'm gonna go
Don't
permanent,
finish
not
your
unpermanent.
writing, Ibukaki.
Aki knows what it is?
Yep, he
Holy
got it first.
shit. Wow. Nice job. Nice work. I don't doubt you. Let's go with, is this a non-permanent card?
Wrong.
Okay. All right. I was going with like maybe it's a mass like pump effect where like your whole crew is getting some kind of bonus there. It's still might with like an enchantment, but we know there's green or white. It feels like an older card with a mammoth in it. I can't picture anything in my head with like newer cards with mammoths in it. I guess it could be from Kaldheim, but
What is that?
like just thinking like
Kaldheim.
Kaldheim. Well, I'm not sure if you're gonna say, wrong if I say it wrong. So it feels like a snow thing with like a white mammoth attacking some type of castle. But let's go with a second clue, please.
Longer second clue again.
Okay.
The text features a cost reduction for this based on the for this. Sorry. I wrote this while I was driving to get the trailer. So my handwriting's very scribbly because I'm like, All right, the text features a cost reduction for this based on the amount of creatures with a certain counter on them. And when in play, a similar reduction for other creatures. Let me read that again. The text features a cost reduction for this based on the amount of creatures with a certain counter on them. And when in play, a similar reduction for creatures. For creature spells. I should say that. Creature spells. Spells. Just so I don't forget. Yep, they're all like Ibukaki has it. The others are getting it. The others, you guys can say the name. Ibukaki has it, so I want to see if you guys can say.
Can you repeat that again?
Yep. Okay. The text features a cost reduction for this based on the amount of creatures with a certain counter on them, and when in play. So this is two different things that are happening.
Right.
And when in play, a similar reduction for creature spells. It's not the same, it's similar. I know, it's a lot. I was just trying to... This was hard to like put into words to have you understand it. Okay, let's work it through. The text features a cost reduction for this. So something that's making this cost less. To make it cost less, it's based on the amount of creatures with a certain counter on them. Okay? That's how this costs less. Now, this is in play. It's a similar reduction cost for creature spells. Does that help?
No. Okay. For the peanut gallery, repeat it one more time.
The text features a cost reduction for this based on the amount of creatures with a certain counter on them. So that's what you're trying to figure out. What is that certain counter? What is the...
Repeat that part again. Okay. I don't know why. So Malort is not helping me, by the way. The text features a cost reduction for this card.
Okay. To come into play.
All right.
But that's based upon the amount of creatures with a certain counter on them. The mystery is what is the counter? What is causing it to get the reduction?
That's
and when this is in play, a similar reduction is for creature spells. You look like the eyes of like you either know or you have no idea at all.
I do know.
No, I'm not going to tell him your clue, Ibukaki, because it will give it away.
No. Actually, no. I know the reason why it definitely is what I'm thinking it is. It's because he was building it.
Oh, yeah, that's the reason you're going to get it.
That's why. Okay, so it's 4 colorless and a green and a white.
Hello, boobies.
His first name is Hamza.
Hello, boobies.
And he...
Ibukaki wrecked this game. I'm just kidding.
No, he didn't. Like, it's the first couple of times that you said it, I didn't understand that first part of it, where it was like a cost reduction for him.
It's very wordy,
I understood it as
but I was
like
trying to get it across. It was hard to, and when you're driving and writing clues, it's kind of hard to.
Right. No, I at first I wasn't like interpreting it as like an Ur Dragon effect, like whatever it is, like in the command zone, this is happening, and when it's out of the
I
command
have,
zone.
I have to give this shout out really quick. Jeff wrote this. He said, Lowery said, for the peanut gallery one more time. And he said, my guy, the peanut gallery already got it.
I'm the peanut gallery. I'm the peanut. Okay, so his cost is reduced by 1 colorless for each creature with a +1/+1 counter on it.
Hello, boobies.
And then
a certain wait.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out how it's worded.
And when in play, a similar reduction for creature spells.
Yeah.
Not the same, similar.
So the he's an elephant,
Hello, boobies.
Yes,
not a mammoth, you son of a bee.
Yeah, but he's furry. So
Yeah, all right. Oh, okay.
he's furry. And that's not, he has another creature type, just so you know.
I was worried about that. All right. So we know we have the cost. We have the first name, Hamza, comma, yada yada. I need to get the power toughness, and I need to get the reduction for the other creatures. Do I have anything wrong? I do. He's a non.
Just one wrong.
He's
Yep.
yep. So we know he's a creature. We know
Hello, boobies.
it reduces the cost of creatures by 1 generic mana for each +1/+1 counter on Hamza.
Woo!
Hello, boobies.
Good job. That's the text. You got that.
All right.
Jeff said, why you gotta kink shame the elephant?
He's furry. So, he's
So
an
what if he's
elephant
furry?
human? Just kidding. He's not a human. Let's see here. So I need power of toughness and that second creature type.
Which should be given. Never mind. I don't want to give more. Ibukaki already gave enough clues by.
Yeah, I don't. Just by existing, he gave enough clues. I want to say this is either it's. I don't think it's. Shit, I don't know that power and toughness very well. It was a good one, Platypus.
So I'm gonna read
Hobo.
you what
Mr.
Ibukaki
Hobo.
wrote. He wrote, "Tell Lowery I broke it apart to build Treebeard. Help him out." So it was like, and you kind of already
I got
figured
there.
that out. Yep.
I got there. Okay, so power and toughness is it's like 4/4 or under. So let's make this. Is it power and toughness like 4/4 or under?
Wrong.
So you're saying it's higher than a 5, or it's 5/5 or higher?
Hello, boobies.
Okay.
Ibukaki's comments are pretty funny. It's like giveaway central. I'm like, I can't read this. I can't read any of this.
Okay, so he's kind of defending it. I'm worried that it's a knight, but I want to say it's a warrior. What else could it be? A soldier? Got my fish noise going on. Went to
Hopefully
the
that
zoo
helps.
today with the kids. All right. Is it a soldier, knight, or warrior combo?
Hey,
Hello,
I like
boobies.
how you word that. That was good. It gets you in the ballpark of.
Yeah. I'm learning after 2.5 years
Yeah.
to figure make the questions a little bit
I've
wider.
actually noticed your questioning is It's very good. I'm impressed. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
We evolve. It's just somebody has to convince my wife I change slowly as well. So
We're very, very,
Lowry's
very
trying.
long
It
time.
just takes 2 to 5 years.
Except
okay?
you just came off your biggest losing streak, so there is that.
Right. Well,
He's learning how to lose.
he's learning. I don't like losing. It just happens so often. Okay, so we know it's a soldier, knight, warrior. I don't. Okay, what do we? Okay, so it's 5/5 or higher, which seems ridiculous. I don't think it's a 6/6.
It is 6 mana though. Like, I mean, it's 6
But it's
mana.
reduced.
Right?
It's reduced.
Well, you got to have other creatures with counters on them for it to get reduced.
Right.
I'm not. No, that might have swayed you to put a wrong answer in. Just saying.
But you're saying the toughness is 5/5. Base toughness is power toughness is 5/5 or higher.
5/5 or higher.
That's 5/5 or higher.
Both numbers are either 5/5 or higher.
Yeah. That's my assumption. It doesn't have to be the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same. But I was very sure it was 4/4 or lower. Is it a 5/5?
Hello, boobies.
You got it. I was like, oh man, I thought I had you going higher because of my comment, and I was like, oh shit, I might have.
I don't
pushed him
remember
away
it
from
being
5/5.
a 5/5. I thought it was a 4/4 or a 1/1.
Oh, 1/1 for 6.
Well, but it's really green white,
Right, I know.
like
but
in the deck. So like you assume like. I'd hope that you. So right now you're saying it's a 5/5 for a green and a white, which is very good.
Well, it's not.
You know what I mean?
But no, it's not for a green or. It's for every 1/1 counter on another creature you have.
Right. So if you have 4 creatures out, it's green white for a 5/5.
Sure, but you
That's
gotta
quite
have
good.
that. It's not good if you don't plan around that necessarily. Like, come on. It has
It's a
hoops.
legend.
It has hoops.
It's a legend. Okay.
You're
yeah.
correct.
No, no. I'm impressed that it's 5/5. That's all I'm saying.
You're gonna start.
All right,
You're
so
gonna start using it now.
Let's go with. I got to figure out the type, right? And if I don't use this third clue, did I use the third clue? I didn't use the third.
Nope. You have the third clue open, so you don't even need that one. So you want to try to figure out.
I guess Commander Legends.
Yeah, but you don't need to know the set.
Hello, boobies.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's from Commander.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I
You
thought I
don't need
did
to
for a
see-
second there. This
That was
is
what
why
was-
I ask broad
That was
questions
part of the
now.
clue 3 is to give you. It's from Commander.
Right. I just want to say that the third clue is pointless. I know it all. All right. I'm gonna go with is it Elephant Soldier?
Wrong, wrong, wrong,
Damn it.
wrong.
All right, that's 2 wrong.
3.
What was the other one?
I don't know. You did something
Oh, it was
wrong.
under 4. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
4 under or non-creature. That's 3 wrong.
Malort brain is kicking in. I can't remember things that happened in the past.
I'm in a future cycle of Malort. Okay, so I need to guess between warrior or knight. This is fucking stupid. All right. Let's go with, is it also a knight?
Man, you went the
Hello,
wrong.
boobies.
Oops, nope, you went the wrong way with it. You went the wrong way with it.
Wrong.
It's a warrior, obviously.
It's a warrior. All right.
And
it's
I was
a
trying to help
warrior.
you out
I have
because
4 wrong.
the original quote features ready for battle. I don't mean, I guess knights too, but I was trying to give a little clue there. Okay, so I don't even think this is
You're
gonna.
fine. I'm there. It was
I don't
fine.
think this is gonna help you
I'm
out.
there.
I apologize because the initials. There's a lot of them. H, G, O, A. So you already got the first Hamza.
G-O-A?
G-O-A. Hamza, comma, G-O-A. But you have a
Okay.
bonus clue.
I want that clue.
All right. The problem is I didn't really write that. So I'm gonna wing it.
Okay, Lowery. Jesus.
Do you have any idea what any of the G, the O, or the A is?
Not at 4 wrong.
Okay.
How about that?
The G would be another word for like a protector.
Oh.
The O is a fill-in, so it's one of your, you know.
Okay.
And then your A, I don't even know what that fucking word is.
So it's a place.
Probably. The one time I don't write down a bonus clue. Oh shit! Because I was driving. I apologize.
Oh. All right.
Okay,
All
so
right, we got
protector. Another word for protector that starts with a G.
Right. Okay, so there it's might as well it's in my mind it's guardian of.
Hello, boobies.
Okay.
So Hamza guardian Hamza guardian of A. It's 4 green white. It is a 5/5.
This will be
elephant
the only thing I can really give that's gonna help. It's not the full word.
No. Let me find it out for like.
Okay, let me see. But I need to give
couple
you. I'm
minutes.
supposed to give you the bonus because you got the initials with the bonus clue.
Right, and you're, okay.
It's
Let me run through everything.
part
Like it's
of
reduced
the
by
word-
cost of 1/1
really
card.
really quick. Part of the word is something that is on the front of your leg that when it gets kicked, it hurts. And they have guards for these in soccer to protect that area. On the front of your leg. If it gets kicked,
Right.
it hurts. Well, yes.
Ouch starts with O.
I guess. No. It's on your.
Are you saying
around
are you saying it's
have these-
ouchin?
They have these protectors.
Ouch
Okay, think
shin?
of soccer players. They have cleats,
I know.
they have socks, and they have something else guards. Okay.
Shin guard.
Okay.
Shit guards.
Nope, you got the right word right there, right?
Shin.
Yes, that's in the word. That's all I can give you because I don't know the other part. How to give that part? That's part of, but it's in the word, but starts with an A. Does that help?
No.
Hamza,
one bit.
Guardian of starts with an
Ashin. Ashin.
A shin.
A shin.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Jeff explained where the word is from because yeah,
Can you help me?
It's a forest or a fortress city in Tarkir. That's not gonna help you either, is it?
No,
Starts with A?
that actually helps me better than a shin guard and a sock.
I didn't give you bonus clues. I apologize. There is nothing written
All right.
here.
All right.
was
So
hoping-
I'm
I was hoping you'd lose.
thanks. All right. So I think is it a Russian?
Yeah, I mean that's it.
That's it?
Wait.
Hello, boobies.
There it is.
Are we saying that we helped me too much? That helped me more than a fucking shin guard. Come on.
Well, I don't know. I'm pulling this out of my ass at this point because I didn't think you would get this far. I really didn't.
Thanks.
It's
Thanks
not that
for your support,
I didn't have
and-
faith. If you didn't have Ibukaki that built this deck, do you think you would have gotten this far?
Yeah, I've thought about building this as well.
You're such a liar.
No, I'm not. All right.
Okay, you see how he's
Mr. Hobo, if you feel cheated, talk to Adam.
you see how he's a furry woolly mammoth. He's a woolly mammoth.
But woolly mammoths
They're a type of-
walk on 4
Yeah,
legs.
elephants walk on 4 legs. Like, what's the difference?
We have plenty in this wizarding world that walk on 2.
So what is he?
Mammoths are like
So mammoths can't
like monkeys,
they
and
can't
then
walk on
elephants
2,
are like humans.
and an elephant. What?
That's what it is.
You're just
It
going
does-
off of woolly mammoth, or what is it? Is that what it was? Is it woolly? It's mammoth, the old school one.
I'm just saying you can't find any mammoths that walk
Mammoth,
two-
How do you spell
on mammogram.
Oh, it's double.
This
M.
is not going well.
You're thinking of
they
of
all are
this
on four.
all- yeah.
They're fucking look at that. They're like monkeys. And then elephants are humans in the WotC world.
Elephants are humans. I see.
It's no, I'm not saying they are human.
I'm-
I'm saying they
what-
are equivalent.
If I said that it was just an elephant, like he's furry, I'm trying to help you out. by
right,
giving
right.
him some
If and
mammoth.
you would sit there and like you'd say that God, remember those like the word thing that you're supposed to like do when you're talking? What's a Johnny? Would you call a Johnny a kitty or a leonin?
A kitty.
He's a leonin because leonins are on 2 feet. Kitties
He's a
are on
kitty.
4.
My kitties get on their 2 feet. Haven't you seen my
Right.
pictures of at the weight room?
Well, they're turning into leonin. You need to watch that because they're going to turn on you. They're going to be able to open doors, feed themselves, and they won't need you anymore.
All right. We're getting a lot of shit talking going on now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. This is
All
why
right.
I won so often.
this is why.
This is why.
All right. If you guys would like to submit your entries, make sure to shoot us an email at commandersmiths@gmail.com, 10,000 decks or more, or shoot me a direct message on Discord if you're a part of that. All right. Let's get into what are we doing? Fav5 ability. I don't know. Keyword
Commander.
abilities.
Well, you're
that
right. You're right. Oh, that is a lot of
There's a lot of ass
oh
talk.
loxodons. You're right. All right.
All right. Oh, really quick. I should
Wow.
do this right now.
Your
now
mom
that
is
I
a
have this-
loxodon? Who's the Atom? Is that number 2?
Yeah, number 2's on. Yep.
All right. I haven't seen him. In
I know.
Hey,
welcome
buddy.
back.
When I accidentally called him a part of the show, he's like, "Oh, I'm
he's
into
like,
it now
better
again."
be there. Spooge Wizard is our stumper for
Next week's Stumper.
All
Good
right.
luck. I hope you have one that
That
Just
Ibukaki has
plenty of
played
initials.
so that Lowery can guess it. All right. We have. Oh God, we're not doing Malort yet.
No, not yet. I'm
Malort
not
has to be
recovered.
before Staple Verses, I think. Okay.
It's somewhere in the middle here.
So we are going through our Fav5s. We don't know what each other's 5 are, except we do know one of them each. Of keyword abilities or whatever abilities or just things that we feel are lacking that we'd like to see more support.
A little bit more support for it.
Yeah. And we did the tribes that we felt needed more support. This is more kind of along the same lines. We did kind of similar ideas. So this time we're doing things like the abilities that we actually want to see more of. So, Lowery, why don't you start us off? Because I think I started us off on the other one. So why don't you start us off on let's do the thumbnail one. What is your first one that you'd like to see a little bit more
Spoil
support?
it off. I thought I could save Magecraft for last, just so Jeff H could throw that into his weekly joke of the Great Henge. That's just spoil the fuck out of the first one. His number one is Magecraft. All right, let's go with Magecraft.
Well, which one do you want me to use? What's the what's the one I use for the thumbnail? Fuck.
I don't know.
Let me look at it.
think
Hang
I
on.
look at
Stream starting soon.
thumbnails?
Just hang on a second. It is. Oh, dang it! I can't even see it in that. Dang it.
Modular. That's modular.
No, but it has yours too. See yours on the right side.
Yeah. All right.
What is yours? It's the
Magecraft.
Archmage. It's Archmage.
What?
It's just so I can see an example. I can.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah. It's right there in the middle.
There he is.
Hot mill. Yeah, there we go.
Archmage
All right.
Emeritus. Okay. Magecraft.
Magecraft came out in Strixhaven,
You're right.
and it's I like it. I wish. So Magecraft is whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that will trigger along with any copies that are made. There are that's wrong. That's a different one. There are 28 total Magecraft cards.
29.
No. They add in some bullshits from. Go down.
Trying to
go down.
minimize
It's
this so I
probably
can
it's
see
from
this
one of
all.
them unsets.
Let's see if I can get this all
Or
on
it
camera.
just says mage in there and fucking go down. There it is. See the sticker shit right there in the middle? Why can't you see where I'm pointing?
Oh, this guy right here?
Yeah, that one. So
Oh,
that
okay.
doesn't
So
count.
20.
So see, I did work.
What?
All right.
What is going on
I went
here?
through and I made sure. So Magecraft is triggering whenever you cast an instant or sorcery or make a copy of it. And if you make a ton of copies of it, it's going to trigger. So I love it for that aspect that it can kind of go off, but it's still kind of limited in that regard. Like you can't trigger infinitely, probably. And so I really there are a ton of cards in there that are great. And I'd like them to expand upon it. Not all of them are good and or playable, but I love this aspect of it. I know that it's new. I don't know if it's something that they want to really, like, if they go back to Strixhaven, are they going to go back to Magecraft, or are they going to just like touch on it on Modern Horizon type cards? Because they do that for a couple of the other ones that I'm doing. But I would really like more than 28, because like I'll use the Magecraft, I'll use like Stormkiln Artist and
Stormkiln, yeah, I use that, and the Arch.
Yeah, so there's like 4 or 5 that I really
Archmage
like.
is really good.
Yep. I like the blue token guy there in the middle. The green, the Dragon Scale Elite or Dragon Guard Elite, that's like really close for me. I like the one that is the legend there on the second row. Yeah, like they're all really close. Yep, I like that. I like Jadzi. I really enjoy those cards. They just not enough of them.
Yeah, it adds into the spell slinging side of things, basically.
Right.
A little bonus with everything.
They're a great right now. They are a great utility.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like a great Magecraft deck,
right?
But
I think, like you said, it's so new. I think this is the start of something. I don't think they're gonna. I hope they don't. Like you're saying, I think this is gonna be in. That this is.
Right.
I feel like it's a good mechanic to have in, to hit the sorceries and instants and everything. But yeah, is it only Strixhaven at this point?
Right. Yep. And so the thing that
yeah, it is. That's crazy.
I think I'd be okay with not having necessarily a Magecraft deck, but I would really like just more out of the box utility pieces for Magecraft to work in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's more of what I would like, because like I don't necessarily want the like whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +2/+2. I don't really care about that bullshit. And I understand why they do that. That's great limited fodder. But it's good as a base, and it fills out a lot of sets. But I think if I could get some like Magecraft, like just utility cards, if you go around and go like, okay, we need maybe a little bit more mana or draw utility, maybe some sort of removal utility with like Magecraft 3. Like you can always add numbers to these and be like,
so
if you cast or copy three,
if
you get to destroy a creature.
Oh, I like that idea.
Like if you could open it up into some
like make
sort
it
of
a little bit
removal,
more, make it a little more a bigger bonus for if you hit multiple spells that you've cast. I like that idea.
Like I understand why you don't do like whenever you cast a spell, destroy a creature. Like that seems that's a little silly. But if you could open it up into things that you want to do within a deck, I would really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just kind of my spot. And because like it's 1/1 counters on it, it's tokens, it's drawing, it's treasures, it's land into play, it's dealing damage. It can do a lot of things already. But but there's like a hate one that's like a spider type thing. It's all black. Let's see if like Liliana's great. Oh, I do like
The
the
Sedgemoor
witch.
Witch is really good.
Yep, I love the witch. Where's that? Oh, so there's a. Oh no. There's like an anti um
Magecraft
card that's like whenever an opponent casts a spell, they lose a life or two. Like I like that card too. So it's like a hate card within the spell or within the set. So I really enjoyed this set. I really enjoyed this mechanic. And I hope that they go back to it in future sets.
I dig it. Jeff says
Jeff's saying that I feel like Magecraft is a prime example of a trigger clutter that slows down turns. I can agree with that idea. That's where like I was saying maybe not necessarily a Magecraft deck, because like when you make land fall decks, that's kind of the same idea. Like land comes into play, trigger, fetch it, trigger. Like there's so many triggers, and so if you have a Magecraft deck, you're just going trigger. That's just a ton of shit going on, and I totally understand that aspect of just like when you just have something very simple like casting a spell, you don't necessarily want to make a deck out of it.
Yeah.
Because there are so many triggers like, oh, did I draw this card off of here? I'm not sure. Did you take that damage? Are you taking your damage, motherfucker? Like that can be a lot. I'm starting to be drunk. I can
tell. I was about to say, not that you're drunk. I was going to say my explanation of mine are going to be a lot shorter than yours.
I'm sorry.
No,
right, what you got?
My excuse was going to be I was driving and I was doing this. All right. So mine on the thumbnail is actually it's less than yours. Actually, it's modular. I just want to see. This is something I've wanted to see used again. What is it? Also,
regular. How many modular cards are there?
There's 24 modular.
There's only 24.
24 modular cards. So,
how many were there before Modern Horizons 2?
Now let's see here.
Because this is the idea. Again, it all comes together. Hamza was going to be a modular deck for me. And then I looked it up and there was like fucking 12 cards.
6. There's 6 Modern Horizons and Modern Horizons 2 and a 1 Transformer Commander that I just came across in the bonus packs that I got from the Secret Layer stuff. So I got this guy. So
we're saying there was like 22.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, so I made a 60 card
20
deck.
does not make a deck.
Yeah, 60 card deck back in the day, and I loved it. It was a fun deck because it was just like, well, you kill my stuff or I kill my own stuff. The 1/1 counters. If you don't know what modular is let me pull one up here just so you can see it. Let's do Arcbound Crusher. So whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on. Oh, that's its built-in thing. The modular part is this creature enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, you may put a 1/1 counter on target artifact creature. So you basically cast these creatures. You get stuff that puts counters on them. You're pumping these guys up, and then you really don't care if they die because actually part of the synergy of it is killing your stuff like Altar of Dementia. You sacrifice it to mill them that many cards. Those 1/1 counters move on to your next modular creature. You sacrifice that, and those counters move, and they just keep multiplying basically, or adding on to the other one. And so it was fun with my 60 card deck. That's one of my babies that I still remember. You know,
it was fun for you.
But the thing is like, I think that's one of the very few 60 card decks. Like I'll remember when we talk about commanders, like, oh yeah, I had a 60 card deck. I had a Scarecrow one. I'm like, I remember that. But this is one like, I don't like all the other ones I'll come across. I'm like, oh yeah, I had one of that, 60 cards of this. This one, I always remember. I want modular. I want to be able to build a commander. They did do the, this little guy down here. The Zabaz. It didn't catch me because there still isn't enough. Like you mentioned,
Right.
there's about 20-ish cards that you can actually use with modular. I would love to have modular be much more like more options, instead of shit.
Agreed.
Like,
It's not shit. You just
I mean,
you definitely have to put every single one in there, and you're
and that
still
doesn't
10
change-
short.
And yeah, exactly. So it's shit. And then you start putting in shapeshift or change lanes, and they don't even work because it's the change lane. Although there are some that are artifacts, but they don't have modular, so that really won't work and all that stuff. So it's I just
changelings.
wish we had a little bit more of these. It kind of goes hand
Agreed.
in hand with scarecrows for me, I guess.
And one thing that I don't think I didn't think about until like right now, so I'm not going to have the answer, but I don't know what the proper amount of a type of mechanic and or card before you start feeling like you
Could use
have
it.
enough to
Yeah.
bring from. And so like we're I think me and you were in the right range of like every one of mine is under 30.
Well, I didn't check that, so we'll see.
Oh, right. And so like and the thing is like stuffing every single modular card in there does not mean that it makes a modular deck, because you're not making any choices, and that's always
Right.
been a frustrating deck part for
Right.
me,
Right.
is like, oh, I'm gonna make an energy deck. It's like if it's 3 colors, you're just jamming every fucking energy card in there, and that's the deck.
Right. And so
Like it doesn't do anything for me if I don't have to make card choices.
then you go to play with Tommy down the road, and he has an energy deck. I'm just making up names. He makes an
Okay.
energy deck. You all have the exact same cards in there because those are the only cards you
Right.
can use. So the best part is when you have choices, when you have different the same deck commander or idea, but different things are going on. I mean, yeah, you can have
And-
different other things going on, but
And this is basically, you could have that fight with the person that was telling you that you were building the sliver deck wrong. That there are
That
there are
guy.
enough slivers now that you can make choices. It does not have to be all of the best slivers for every 5 colors. Like it's just switch in and out your sliver, 5 color sliver, with the best slivers that you have. You can base it around indestructibility or grave or
you
tokens
can have a
or
plan. Have a
stealing
plan.
or right. You can adjust your sliver decks to make them at least a little bit unique. And for a modular deck, likely not super unique unless you come up with it's just not enough. There's not enough support there.
There isn't. Yep.
So we can just keep it at that.
All right. Lara, what is your second keyword ability?
Let's
you would
go
like
with
to-
there. I should actually write your shit down too. All right. Modular. Okay. The second one I want to talk about, I'm going to save kind of the best for last,
Oh.
but I'm going to go with this one has the least amount, but I would like to see more totem armor.
Oh.
And what?
I didn't pick that. When I was going through stuff, I dug it. Like I was like, maybe I'll just put totem. Did you have
All right.
26 results? Was that no?
Maybe it's Umbra? No, it should be totem armor.
I didn't. put the
So these
full- I
are
just-
all auras that if that creature is destroyed in some way, that you sacrifice that aura to essentially regenerate it, but save it. And they all have different types of aspects going on. It's mostly green, white, blue, which is more of like the aura theme, but like it's very varied. There's only 16 of them that I
Yep,
saw,
16.
or that was within
Mhm.
its range. So you know, like when you're looking
you're
at it's
counting
like
the commander. You're talking about Estrid too. in
yeah,
there.
yeah, because that makes an umbral aura, and I'm down with that. You got like untapping, drawing, life link, first strike. You got like turns it into an 8/8 octopus. I love that one too. Even the spider umbra, snake umbra is so
Yeah,
good.
I use this one a lot.
I think they did a great job
Mhm.
with the totem armors. I
What
would
if-
just like to see more.
What if they expanded on totem armor to also include exile? Was that too
Well,
much?
now you're getting into the idea that I threw to you is like, what
Oh.
would you like to
How'd you
see
make it? Okay.
improved?
Shh,
Like I
take
just
that back.
like this.
Take back what I just said.
No. We can if you want to hear about mechanics that we wish were improved upon, let us know in the comments because we try and avoid hypothetical ideas.
Yeah, we do, because then it doesn't necessarily.
It's because it's not real.
It's
Like there isn't even a real point. It's just wishful thinking, and
Right.
it doesn't matter at that point. And we know that Wizards doesn't listen to us, so
yeah. Nope.
it's yeah, it doesn't matter. So, but I really like Umbra or Totem Armor, the Umbras. I like Umbral Mystic. Every one of them.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I'm not going to say every one of them I love.
No, but I mean they're
I'm gonna
decent.
say
They're
like
protection in a way.
90% of them.
I mean, even this little guy with the 1/1. I mean, that's protection.
I like the untapping there.
But I mean, it untaps, but just the one, and you
crab
basically
Umbra.
have protection on your creature. You know,
I think the only complaint I have about it is the same thing that I have with like clue tokens. It's where they're like, it's a fucking Umbra. Why are you calling it? Why wouldn't you just say Umbra? Why isn't it bear totem?
Oh,
Bear totem,
because
crab
it has
totem.
in the name. You're saying,
And then it's totem armor instead of Umbra. I don't understand the Umbra part naming wise. But otherwise,
Estrid doesn't
I
have
dig it all.
Umbra in her name. Where's Estrid Umbra?
right? It could be her last name. You don't know.
Okay. No, I dig it.
What you got?
I
What's
like
your next
this.
one?
My next one. Let's see here. Which one am I going to do? I'm going to do a recent one as well. I'm going to do, I just want to see more Foretell. I like Foretell. I like the
Really?
mechanic. There's 50. Dude, I didn't do this. I didn't
plenty
do
there.
this. There's a lot.
They
I want
fleshed it out in the one set.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. They put it all in there. But I like Foretell. I like the reason. So a couple of these are going to come in here. This one and
You
the
can
next
talk
one.
about this. You don't need my input.
Are you going pee? Where are you going? Where are you leaving? Where are you leaving? I need a back and forth with this. He's got to pee because he's taking so many damn Malort shots. Is that? Oh, you're getting another beer. Is that what you're doing? I didn't know what you were doing is the problem. I was like, how long do I need to tap dance for?
How long do you need to stop? I'm just getting another beer. I just didn't want another like big one.
Yeah. That's what she said. Oh, yeah. So I just like Foretell as just, I almost wanted an evergreen because I want it to be, it's nice in the early games of Commander when you don't have the mana to be able to cast something or the surprise factor. The thing is having something that's sitting there on the board, knowing that it's a threat is always fun. You know, being like, oh, I can cast this whenever. So I just want more of that. You know, I like that idea of Foretell. And I think it might be because of, what's his name? Edgin. Edgin's a lot of fun to be able to foretell a shit ton of stuff, like any sorcery or instant spells stuff, you know.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure where Edgin was. It took me a while to get there.
Yeah. So being able to foretell
okay.
everything and it costs less for that, it's a lot of fun because you can just foretell anything at that point, and it still has the foretell cost even if Edgin goes away. So I like it, and this is actually going to go hand in hand with another one of my picks here in a little bit, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. I didn't realize there was 50. I didn't realize they did 50
that
for that set.
But okay, so they did spread it out over all the colors.
Yeah.
And so like if most of your decks are going to be in 3 colors, so if you want to go like 4 or 5 color Foretell deck, you can do that. Or something like Edgin where you're able to turn all of your
Stuff
spells
into,
kind of into
but
that.
My
That's
point
fine
is
too.
more of like, I just like the idea of higher casting cost stuff that you can get
Being
out
cheaper?
earlier. Yeah.
Dude, go find that demon. Like I still don't have the balls to play it because I don't know how to feel. Scroll down.
What?
There's a black demon that I love. There we
this
go.
one right here.
Yep. I love that one. And I just I don't know where to play it. But Dream Devourer,
Each
and essentially
non-land
that
card
gives
in your hand without foretell has foretell. Its foretell cost is reduced by 2.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of Edgin.
so it
right
turns
there.
everything into foretell.
Yeah. And that's what Edgin,
And I love it.
for the
It's
most
what
part,
Edkin
does.
is, but just not your commander
Right. Right.
type thing. So on
Uh,
theme for the deck, not because they're really great spells. And I agree with Jeff here. I'm going to say this is like foretell is just morph for me.
shit.
so,
that's on my
like,
list.
It's a,
I'm just kidding.
I enjoyed morph. But I'm not going to oh, what is it? What did we say before? Shit.
Malort.
It's fine. I'm not going to be mad at this choice.
Well,
But I'm not excited
what
about
you're
it
saying,
either.
what Jeff wrote was Wizards might have overestimated the power of foretell and made the cost of the spells too high.
Yeah.
Usually
Yep.
when you see someone using foretell, it's because it's on theme for the deck, not because they're really great spells. Yeah. So I'm just saying using foretell in other, like, for just regular cards, not just foretell being the theme. Like, unlike modular, where I'm like, I want a modular deck. This is just, I want to see this mechanic a little bit more. I want to see it on your,
As like a utility bit.
right. I want to see it on your, like,
Yeah.
cultivate type of thing, where it's just like tap 2, foretell it, and then your next turn you can tap 1 and it comes out. You know, like, then
But
you're ramping a little bit. You're ramping and then being able to cast something else on your next turn. So, like, using it on everyday kind of cards, I guess, is where I'm
Okay.
going with it.
All right.
Another one. All right.
Right.
What is your next one, Lau?
Do that one. Let's go with this one. Might be controversial. Like, people might. Oh, no. Let's go with the other one. I'm gonna go with Explore.
All right.
And we probably will be getting more of this from Ixalan coming in. We have roughly
Ixalan.
24 that actually have the unique ability of Explore on it.
You're a liar. It says 30 on the thing. I'm just
Yep,
kidding.
there's a bunch of things that just say Explore on it because, like, card names have Explore on it. All right, you so you want to. Okay, so basically, Explore is whenever a creature comes into play and or an ability triggers, you get to look at the top card. If it's a land, put it into your hand. If it is not, put a 1/1 counter on it, and if it you can put it in the graveyard or on top of your deck. And so again, this is mainly like green black, but just not enough to make a deck. But Explore can definitely be a deck type.
One of the best ones is
there.
Path of Discovery. Like, I love using this card.
And this is one. It's one that's one reason why I really like Explore is it's super fair.
Yeah,
it's not a bonkers over the top bit, but it's super fair. It's a bit of card advantage when it comes to, like, removing a card from the top of your deck or putting a land in your hand. Like, I like both of those aspects. And a 1/1 counter isn't over the top.
right.
And
But it is also allowing you
of,
to, like, get rid of shit that if you don't want it, you're like, going to the graveyard. You can use
Right.
it as synergy of, if you're playing from your graveyard, you can do a little bit of that shenanigans. But for the most part, it's scry in a way, but it's almost better scry because you're able to put it in the graveyard and utilize it if you want to, if you have that kind of thing.
potentially. Yeah. So it's just something that I'd like to see a little bit more of. I mean, I hope that they touch on it in the Ixalan coming up, and then after that, it's kind of like that might be enough,
Right.
if they go back to it.
Yeah, I can dig it.
So, like, one of those things that you gotta, like, Wizards probably worries about is, like, the ally aspect of, like, when it comes to limited, allies sucked in Zendikar and World Awake. and then they went away from it in Rise of Eldrazi. And then when Zendikar was coming back, everybody's like, fucking allies. And the allies did not have that like oomph to it.
That ally spice.
That it didn't have that ally spice. Yeah, you're right. It was
Well, they're just really, really bad slivers. Like, that's what it is.
right. They're bad slivers, but they're terrible for limited aspects, from my understanding. And so I think you can come back with explore, and I think you could really delve into it about like the 1/1 counters and because there's only one, like they have their own payoff, right? And then at the bottom you have this fucking scroll to the bottom. There's a green card. There we go. That one.
Yep, I
That's
used
like-
this one in standard when on arena.
Right.
for
This
the
card
longest
was
time.
really good in the arena deck.
Mhm.
And so, but that's like the only, it's not an exploit card, but it's an exploit.
By the way, people listening, it's Wild Growth Walker.
Yeah. So, thank you. But it's a payoff. It's a payoff beyond just the 1/1 counter and that slight, very fair thing that's going on. And so like, I'd like to see a little bit more of that. I'd like to see a little bit more like ETBs or working in maybe adding another color beyond green black.
Yeah.
Could be nice as well. So those are my thoughts right there. But I do really like it because it's super fair. It feels like Investigate, Clue, very fair. And I'm all about fair magic, and I don't play fair magic, but I really like it.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
That's where I'm at.
All right. All right. I think I'm just gonna get into. I don't know. I'm gonna search this one, but I'm gonna say I want more land cycling stuff. So I don't know if I can actually put this
What do you
in
mean?
as a search.
Like cycling lands.
Like not basic land cycling. This is saying basic. I want more where we're got with the Lord of the Rings stuff. That's why some of the ones that are going off is like the orcish dude and the Lauren what's her nuts. It's island cycling, it's swamp cycling. So it's not looking for a basic. It's almost like a fetch in a way where you're tapping one to go search for. You can get duels, you can get shocks, you can get triomes. I want to see more of that in cards and not basic land cycling. I like cycling as a mechanic in general. Oh, here we go. Lorien revealed is
What?
island cycling. So it's one, discard this card and search your library for an island card. So it's not basic. I want more of that because it has that fetch feel. But I want it more on cards like this, where Lorien revealed is 3 and 2 blue, draw 3 cards. It's a usable card. You could use this in it. It's really high, high cost.
Right.
But the island cycling makes up for it. It's like, yeah, I'll throw this in the commander deck. If it's really late game, I'll pay 5 and draw 3 cards. I don't need land. I don't.
Yeah.
But early, yeah, I'll pay 1 and go get a dual land at instant speed. It's not on your turn. You can do it right before your turn. So it's a bad fetch, but you're able to fetch this stuff up. And so I want to see more of that in useful cards, like,
hold on, scroll down a little bit. Because I want to see. I don't know if
so even with all the cycling, so this is 44 cards that has basic land cycling and island cycling or swamp cycling. So the swamp one, let's see if I can find it. It's the troll. Is he even in here? Should be in here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. There's a zombie that I'm thinking of that like swamp cycles.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever thought about like going and getting a duel with it, which sounds silly, but
So I mean, even this one, this is from M25 or shore. I guess it's from Scourge, but it's island cycling, but not the 2. I want them as 1. You know, like this is not a playable card. That's a 6 drop for a 3/4 flying bird soldier.
Right.
That's shit.
Right.
I want cards like Lorian revealed. So you're drawing through. Like I could use that card 5. You know, late game. Hell yeah. That's why it's continuing to go up because it's getting used. Well, not only in Commander, it's getting used in all these other,
formats,
Legacy and everything like that.
Is it really? That's
Yeah.
bonkers. Okay.
So the foil of this is almost a $10 card at this point, and it's a common. And same
That's a $10 card?
It's $3.50 in non-foil on eBay, $5, and it's approaching 10. It's like 8 in foil at this point. And there's a troll one that has swamp cycling. And so that is also, it's not on this list here for some reason, but I know it's in there. So I just want more of that because the fetches, and this might come up later. Yeah, it comes up later in our staple versus stuff. But the fetches, you know, Lowery, you were on board of fetches way before way before our play group got into it. Before, basically, not our play group because it was just me and you at that point with fetches and everything. And I didn't have any fetches. I was like, "What are you talking about? Fetches? This is silly." And they are game changers, especially in multicolor decks. And I think along the lines is what I was my example was. These feel like, I know we got to do our shot. That's a good point. But these feel similar to what I want. I'm not putting this on the list, but these are along the same lines. Is the flip cards that are lands on the back side, but are a little overcast, costed stuff that were from the Zendikar Rising set.
Yep.
I want more of those. Like to have that option of I'm mana screwed.
That almost made my list as well.
Oh, dude,
that concept, yeah.
The DMC, the flip, or is it DMC? Yep. Not.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever they're called, but
I know what you're talking about. It doesn't matter what the listeners know.
But it's DFC, double faced cards. So DFC cards. These feel similar. Like if we could have more of DFC cards and plain cycling, whatever cycling, because it's not basic. I think that would make the game a lot more smooth and not just shit cards, playable cards, things that are a little overcasting costs, but you could use them late game in Commander games. That's where I'm at. Cool story, bro. Am I on that? Yes, I am.
Right. Cool story. Should we take that shot?
Cool story, bro.
Yep. Let's do that before we get to our top 2. And we're gonna fucking hit a 2-hour podcast. Fuck.
Yeah, we are. It's easily 2. We might have to cut.
I think we have to cut Stable. I think we have to cut Stable.
All right.
There's no way. God damn it. Last one though. Last shot. VS or VW Scott. You bastard. I'm drunk.
Congrats.
How is it worse after drinking this much? Like normally I hit a point with drinking that I don't taste alcohol that much. I'm buzzed or more.
I'm probably pretty drunk.
And this is not good.
We can talk about it another week, but I did my fast yesterday. So like I don't know how my body reacts the next day at this point.
Oh. Have you eaten
So we'll
today?
see after next week. What's that?
You ate today though, right?
Yeah, I did.
Be interesting to have your fast go right into the podcast and just be ham-boned.
That was like having the conversation of when a good day for the fast was. And then just going like Monday can't happen.
Lowery, why are you drunk off
probably
of one
not Tuesday
beer?
because I can't
You're like
I have no
talking.
interest in like
not
I
even
need to have
talking to me
breakfast the next
anymore. You're just
morning.
like looking around. All right, what is
my body leaves.
We got 2
All right,
more.
my second to last one. I want more overload.
What?
Like Cyclonic Rift. There's only 24 cards with overload.
27. I'm just kidding.
We know there's some shit cards like that don't necessarily count. But I like that modularity of having a very basic but usable aspect of a card, and then having something that affects all of your card, or like all of your creatures, or all of everybody else's creatures. I really like that. I understand that they have to be likely very careful with this one. So again, this you don't want an overload deck.
Right. But no, it kind of fits along the same lines of what I was saying with the land cycling stuff, is like more cards that are useful, like Cyclonic Rift
Right.
is, I mean, that's the ultimate, obviously. But I mean, we've talked about Winds of Abandon is one of our favorite. I'm still surprised that this hasn't shot up to $20, because this is a fantastic card.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an instant, is probably its only downfall, but like more cards that you can spot,
still
remove,
not.
or spot.
You still go, you wreck everybody's board and you swing in and still kill people. You know what I mean?
Can I say one probably like devil's advocate with it is overload tends to be a destroy type of thing for it to be good.
That's
So
usable.
Right. So what I'm saying is like, then there's only so many times you can use that ability on things. You know what I'm saying? Because like, what is this overload? The one that's common here.
It's +1/+0 until end of turn.
But isn't it? You replace target with each.
Yeah. So
okay,
all of
so
your
it's
creatures
okay.
get +1/+0 for
no,
like,
and I
or
was
red
always
and
thinking it
colorless.
was opponent stuff. So you could totally use it for your own stuff. Okay. Yeah. all
Right.
all that opens up
There
the
are
heavens a
some
little bit.
pumps that are included in
Yeah.
there. But yeah, like I do agree that there's a limited space when it
There's only
comes
a
to
finite amount that you can use.
like
but-
either you're saying like one of your creatures or all of your creatures
Right.
get this, and then one of your opponent's creatures get this, or all of your opponent's creatures get this. Like there's a big difference there.
Mhm.
Like Damn, as Jeff is
Yeah.
pointing out, is solid for sure. I think it's very fair card. 2 black to destroy a creature, and Wrath of God for the overload.
Yeah.
Like it, and maybe that's the design space that you can maybe move, like squeech into a little bit. That's not a word.
I was gonna let it fly. I like Squeech. Damn you, Malort!
But if you take a very a card that everybody knows,
Oh, I love you, Lowery.
and then
Squeech
and
into
make
it.
that the overload, but then make a singular version of it that's off color a little bit, like Damn, I think that'd be a really cool space that they can crawl into every once in a while.
They can Squeech in.
But like, let's go with the red blue dragon thing. I love that aspect of
This
it.
guy
Like
right here.
turning one creature into a dragon, or all of your fucking creatures into dragons.
Okay.
I love that
Yeah,
idea.
that is a good point. Yeah, I do. But holy shit, that overload costs. Woo! But that's a game
Right,
winner.
that's a day of dragons. That's literally a day of dragons for you.
You Squeech the fuck out of everybody on the board.
Stop! You're not even using it right. Squeech.
I just like that you made up a word. It's fantastic. Squeech it. That's our new T-shirt. Squeech.
It has to last a little bit more than a week, so you're gonna have to. I'm gonna forget about it next week.
Well, let's see if I can cut up your voice and then put
Squeech.
I mean, I do have the one I tried to use at the.
I struggle when I'm sober.
That's my new favorite.
I
But
struggle when I'm drunk too.
it's still not better than this.
I would just say build a better deck.
I don't remember.
Maybe that's the saying. I struggle when I'm sober, but I also struggle when I'm drunk. That's a hat that you can wear around town.
I will say you convinced me on overload. Like I think that's I was skeptical, but you have turned me. Good job.
I think it doesn't just have to be about wraths or pumps.
It doesn't have to be
And
just about
so-
opponent stuff. I like the idea of
Right.
because it's removing the target and replacing it with all. So then if you're saying your creatures, you're removing the target part, so it's hitting all of your creatures.
You could do something like
Or
pay
player.
one.
Like you could do a player thing instead of like target player discards blah blah blah, and like it could be something that hits you too. You know, they could even
Right.
hit that realm.
Or just like pay 1 blue, draw a card if you control a creature. And then you pay like 6 at instant speed and draw a card for each creature you control. Like that could be interesting. You could go into like damage in white where it's like deal
Prevent 1 damage.
prevent 1 damage if you control like it from 1 creature, and then if you're like if you want to pay like X amount and prevent damage from each creature an opponent has. You know what I mean? So like it could be just a fog effect,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be a redirect effect.
That's where I was thinking. I was about to say that
Yeah.
the redirecting instead of just to 1 player to all opponents or whatever, to target opponent, because that's the biggest key thing with overload is it's removing target, and you
Right.
could remove prevent damage and redirect it to target opponent, and you remove that and it's all opponents, and that could be a game changer right there. That's
I think they did a really good job in the first aspect of Overload when they did a bunch of the cards, in red, blue, for sure. But I'd like to see it just expanded. So not necessarily in a standard set, but as they make like Universes Beyond or Modern Horizon style decks or cards, Commander decks could be a good place to put them, and just 1 or 2 as they go along to figure out like, oh, this can be a good space that we can fit into and it works in this theme. Like I can dig that a lot. I don't need another Overload set.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like I think it is something that they need to be very careful with, because Cyclonic Rift is just probably too everywhere. But everything else seems like, oh, I like that. Vandal Blast.
Vandal
Like
Blast,
nobody has a
yeah.
problem with Vandal Blast.
Right.
That's a good card. It's
Voting
it's
will show in next week, not this week.
this tonight in an hour. We'll tell you. All right, what's your second to last one?
All right. My last one, I'm not as, I'm good with it. I just this is one I'm using Mutate. I want more Mutate. There's 39 cards. Again, this is the one set that did Mutate, and I like it. I like the idea of Mutate. I like the concept of putting it on a non-human creature and mutating it, and it gains abilities of this. The test subject was the unstable set, where they kind of did the combination where you have the front half of the squirrel and then the back half of the squirrel and all that. And I think it was kind of cool. Like there's a lot of cool stuff in here. You're the only one that's actually played with Mutate in our play group, right? I mean that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You didn't like Mutate? I thought you liked Mutate as the idea.
I like the idea of it.
But if you had more Mutate useful cards, like the one that what's the one that I really like that actually uses land? Where is it? It's the green guy.
Yeah,
Right.
Great Horn. It's right there. Why can't you see where I'm pointing? Down.
Or Gem. I like this one too.
I like Gem Razor. Yeah.
Yep, Gem
Down.
Razor. Okay, I'll go back. Which
Down
one?
1 row, all the way to the right. You like that one?
Oh, that's the whenever this creature
Migratory
mutates, search your
Great One.
library. Yeah, so you're looking for a basic land.
Yeah.
So if you just had more cards that did the mutate and add it, the problem was because when you kill a creature, it loses it sucks for removal. So that's the part that's a little difficult.
Kind of like an aura.
Right. So you're putting all your dice, or I don't know. God damn Malort. You're putting all your dice in one basket is what I was
In
gonna
one
say.
sack. Yeah.
Like
All your
what?
dice in one sack. That's
Oh, look at that. Hey, did we plan that out? Not at all.
no. I put all my dice in one sack. So
yeah, you happen to be playing with your sack, so it
Happen.
just
happen.
I'm not going to go into a long description of mine, but I just want to see more mutate stuff. Again, a lot of this stuff that I've been pointing out for my stuff is I want more useful stuff that we can use in everyday mechanics, because the thing is, this is only good if you're using it multiple times. I mean, it's fine once, it's for 3, but if you're able to get multiple mutates and it gets to happen multiple times, we need more things that are usable. Gem Razor is the destroy, right? Destroy target artifact or enchantment and opponent controls. Like if we just had more mutate cards that were not overpowering, just things that you would use, drawing a card.
So this is what I would as
you built the deck. You built the deck. Yep.
No. So when I pitched the other idea for mechanics that I wish were improved upon, so this is where I think this is messed up. Is the effect only happens when you mutate it,
right?
And so the problem is that all of the cards just being able to play them are very much overcosted without an ETB effect, and so I'm okay with the cost of them if it was whenever this ETBs or mutates. And so that's where my problem is, and that's why I don't necessarily like because this is, if we ever do this segment, this is where bestow is for me as well. Like bestow is overcosted when it comes to I just want to play this card. Whereas like overload is good as in a singular and an overall effect. So that's when it comes to utility or playability. If you have a modular card, you want it to be able to be at least playable in both aspects.
Right.
And that's where you're talking about and land cycling. You didn't even you were fine with the land cycling, but when it was a 3/4 flying bird for 6, you're like, that's
garbage.
That's not anything I want at all.
Right.
Like that should be a 4 mana cost with a land cycling ability on it at most.
Yeah. And we have Jeff said in his experience, mutate leads to board states that collapse very easily. And then Renchite said, mutate in theory is really good, in practice not so much. I haven't seen mutate played. Besides
but
maybe it was Arena.
Look at that green card, top second to left. So that one right there, really solid.
Auspicious,
but it's 5 mana
Starrix.
for a 6/6. That's it if you're casting it.
Yeah.
And then if you mutate it, it what does it do?
Yeah.
That's
When this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile X permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated. Put one of the permanent cards in the That's garbage. That is really garbage.
But it's kind of like a fun card. But if you had an ETB attached to it, it'd be fine at 5 for 6/6 with some sort of ETB related to that. But when it's just a 6/6 for 5 mana, you're so late in mutating that it doesn't matter.
Well, you have Dirge Bats. Dirge?
Right. It doesn't have an ETB effect though, so you're making a 3/3.
So like you're saying, if you had an ETB on it also with the mutating,
exactly,
it'd be a little bit better. I can agree with that, but
it's just overcosted for the creature. And the mutate seems to be okay, but it's an aura. That's all it is. It's an aura.
Well,
And
no,
they can't stack when it comes to like power and toughness, so it's not improving that
Right.
aspect. It's just
my thought with it was I like the aspect of changing the creature and it gains different things. I just wish they were more usable. And to your point, lower casting costs. Like it just seems kind of ridiculous to get most of these out there. Like it almost seems like a huge miss on this stuff. Like these are good cards to use. Like if you're able to mutate this multiple times and do this, like Gem Razor, like reach and trample, that doesn't matter. But whenever the creature mutates, just like if you're able to do that multiple times, but there isn't enough support for this.
And here's it's a little bit of a catch-22 for me, at least, as in where we're talking about like you want to pack in as many mutate cards as you can to have mutate effects happen as you stack them on top of each other. But at the same time, if you don't want to be mutating on top of mutating cards because they're so cost inefficient. And so like you want to be doing a 1 or 2 spell into mutate, into mutate, into mutate, into mutate. And so, but they're all utility cards, which are taking away from your utility cards that you're already playing in your 1, 2, 3 slot.
And then they are
so
easily destroyed by killing that one creature and everything's gone.
Yeah, it's all gone. And that's the great thing about Bestow, but at the same time,
hey, don't
like it's a weird
blow
spot,
your load.
and I think they just missed.
Yeah.
I think that's the spot.
So
I think they overcosted the original cards.
Right. So I guess
that's the problem.
I don't want to go deeper on this. Oh, that actually has a on which one is that? It is unsanctioned, right? Yep, unsanctioned right there. If they redid it or not redid it, had more of these, do you think they would maybe have learned people don't use mutate? Let's lower the cost. Let's make this a little easier to bring these out. I mean, that's one aspect that they could. Let's not go deeper because we're already over 2 hours at this point.
We're done.
All right.
I got one more.
What is yours? What is yours?
It's fine. We're drunk. This is okay. So you're not going to be able to look this one up. I'm half cheating. I would like them to make this into a mechanic. And some people would say it's Aikido. It's close to the enrage mechanic that is real. But I want to call it the stuffy doll mechanic.
All right. So
you want to look up stuffy doll?
Yeah, that's all good.
All right.
So you really love Brash Taunter is what your biggest thing is. That is your baby. That is you.
Okay. I enjoy it.
Or Brash. Why not just call it what it is? It's Brash Taunter.
No, it's a stuffy doll. Stuffy doll is kind of like the thing. All right. And so there are more cards than just stuffy doll or Brash Taunter, but what it is like when it's dealt damage, an effect happens for as much damage that is dealt to it. To whereas like that's why Enrage doesn't
that's what
fit
you're
in
saying.
there.
Enrage is that though.
No. Enrage is if it's dealt damage, not how much damage was dealt to it.
I guess you're right.
Right. And so when I was thinking about this, I'm like, I want a stuffy doll mechanic and I want more of it. But and then, like 24 hours later, I was like, Enrage is there, but that's just per damage.
Yep.
And so I'd much rather I like Enrage. I have no problem with it.
I'm going to add to my list. I want more Enrage.
But I just snorted. I'm a dork.
You're on a podcast talking about magic.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, if people weren't aware. But I would rather have the stuffy doll effect. Like there's Body of Knowledge, which is like as much damage is dealt to this creature, you draw that many cards. I would like more of that effect, as in like it just feels right. Like you have a blocker and you're chump blocking the biggest thing. And like Mog Maniac is able to just deal that player that attacked you with a 10 damage back to their face. And so like look up Mog Maniac. It's just a red and a colorless. And so if I could get more of that effect, and it doesn't have to be, a lot of them are kind of in damage at this point because of Stuffy Doll or Mog Maniac or whatever.
Would it be oh no, Pariah is redirecting to that creature.
Yeah, and which is great for Stuffy Doll as well, or Brash Taunter. But if I could get more cards, as in as much damage as that has been dealt to this creature, this effect happens.
So
I love
what
it.
you're telling me is you need a name for that, is what you're telling me.
Right. There's not even a mechanic for it, but it happens. So like in the
Wizards, if you're
Aftermath
listening, if you're listening,
if you're Lizzoing,
yeah,
she's in trouble.
Yeah, I know. If you're listening, can you please call it the Lowery effect? Is what
The Lowery, yeah. As much damage that can happen to me, I just want to spread something.
Here it is. It's called the Lazy Lowery. Because he's not doing anything. He's just taking damage and spreading it around.
No, it's essentially an Aikido effect. It is like when you deal me damage, I'm going to redirect that and deal you that much damage. It's a martial arts form.
Oh,
but
it just sounded like taquitos, like
it's
taquito.
Well,
I
like
hungry.
taquitos too. I have no problem with this. But the Aftermath set came out with one, and it was on my Fav5, but it was like as much damage that is dealt to this, I think it was an angel, you gain that much life instead, or not instead, but you gain that much life as well. Like I want that effect.
Damage reflection on a creature with flash would be neat, is what Jeff said.
Yeah. I don't doubt.
What's our keyword name? What's the keyword name? It's
right. We don't have a keyword name for it, but I want more of that.
Yeah.
A lot of it's dealing in damage when it comes. There's like 8. There's Boros Reckoner. Yeah. And then there's like 2 red, 2 white from Ravnica Restored, the 3rd Ravnica sets. So they have a handful of that style of card. But if you can go into life gain, card draw, damaged creatures, like you can. I think if you can expand that, I would be happy. Deflect, yeah. I dig it.
All right.
What's your last one?
I originally had ninjutsu on there.
Oh,
but I'm not going to.
Thank you.
I was going to have that. I'm kind of throwing this out, but never mind. Not doing Ward. I'm going back to ninjutsu.
Why don't we like Ward? How many was Ward?
170 cards with Ward on it. Yes.
Okay.
They've been ramping up the rewards. So I think Ward. Okay. I had Banding, Rampage.
We can just stop. We're over 2 hours.
No, wait. I get a less. I want to see
a Fave 4 for Adam.
Yeah. I want to see how much is in there. I actually did not look these up. Like I said, I was driving.
You want more ninjas?
Yeah, well, okay. So here's the thing. Okay, there's only 34 cards. Your same point. I only have 34 cards to choose from to do ninjutsu type stuff. But the other part of it is why not expand this instead of just being the 2 colors? Why not? Well, you
got some from green from the new set.
Does that really work with Yuriko? Does that really work with Satoru? Like, it doesn't work.
No. You don't get to just complain about color wise. You
wait. Whoa.
Maybe
back it up the video. You watch it later. When you were just saying it was 2 colors, I was scrolling through other colors and I was like, okay, we're not gonna talk about those colors. It's mainly green, blue, and black.
Are we talking about your Fortell?
No, we're talking about yours. Fortell, I didn't.
No, we don't talk about me. That's fine.
No, what I'm just saying is like adding this instead of just basing it around our commander, our Eureka commander, or as Jason Satoru commander, except it really was Eureka because he got it out the first game.
Yeah.
Why not add it in? I like the surprise attack feature of that. Like adding that in to other colors and not just focus on Eureka. Like add other colors. Yes, they can be ninjas, but why does ninjas have to be black and blue? Why can't it be other colors? Add all these other colors in. Add surprise features.
But they're much more camouflaged colors.
Why?
Black has fear, blue has unblockability.
But why
whereas
not?
like
We have a green one right here.
Right. No, I know. They branched into green, and so I agree with that. But like red and white aren't very like you can't block me type colors. Maybe white with the flying. Maybe white was the better route to go into. But it's going to be a black, blue, green deck in the future. I think you'll get more ninjutsu.
All I want, they'll get more, but I want...
You'll get more, yeah.
I don't need more for Eureka is the thing. Like, there's enough. There's some good stuff. Like, you have a different plan of it, but I want more other things where it's not just the Eureka. Like, you're only going Eureka. That's your only plan. Yeah. I want it on other things where it's like, oh, you didn't block that? Well, surprise, fucker, this artifact comes in. Like, in our games, you guys should watch the video.
Are you going to call me fucker in the game?
No. I'm just saying, in the game, remember, we're just like, Teferi's protection. And then I realized, oh, shit, if he gets Blightsteel in, I'm still done. Dead.
That would have been great.
Yeah. Like, because that was my point, was like, oh, I thought I was going to die to Blightsteel. And then I was like, oh, that's still poison counters. I'm still gone. Anyways, more cards that do this similar thing that aren't just focused on being Eureka. Like that.
Okay.
That's more of what I was going with that.
Like the tricky shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Just I like the surprise factor of it. Like,
oh yeah. So like, okay. Going into it a little bit more, like, so if you had like a white ninja that when it comes into play, it gives all your creatures first strike.
Oh.
And so you can play it as a
ETB
normal
effect.
creature and it give everything first strike and they at sorcerer speed and everybody knows it, but you could also ninjutsu it in as a surprise first strike.
Right.
Thing.
And so it's that's the thing about the ninjutsu stuff is like, or ninjutsu, or however it's spelled. I always say ninjutsu, but
I do too.
It's always before the damage
from the 90s.
Greatest movie ever. I have to watch it with the boys to see how bad it is. I'll probably watch it this week just to see. Just holy crap, this is terrible.
It's not good. I watched it a couple years ago, pre-COVID.
Really? It was
but
it was. I think I was starting to get older, and when it was whatever. Okay.
I have a problem of when people put like, okay, so you're drinking and then you're doing like the chill thing at the end of the night. Everybody's kind of like trailing off and drinking. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. But I got a buddy, Mike, and he'll set a movie on, or mostly a movie, and he'll be like, he'll fucking pass out or go to bed 20 minutes into it. I fucking stay up until 4 a.m. watching this shit, because when a TV is on, I cannot go to bed.
Same thing.
And yeah, I watched Three Ninjas, and it was
fuck. I'm writing it down right now. I'm gonna watch it with the boys.
It was okay. It's not bad. It's enjoyable, more enjoyable than it should be. How about that?
And they made a sequel of it, and that was bad at the time.
Three Ninjas 2. Just very confusing.
That's a good point. The second movie.
The second movie of Three Ninjas.
So
very white.
I like that add-in that you just had there is adding a ninjutsu effect that affects all the attacking creatures that you have, or
You could do that. Yeah.
yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun. I think it'd be interesting.
You
and-
treat it more like an instant as long as one of your creatures is not being blocked.
Yeah.
You can kind of do that shit.
but
And so
it'd be fun to just not have like, oh, ninjutsu, Yuriko, or Saturo, or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
that's what you think of. But I'd like it to be more broad than that. And be like, oh, you're attacking with that red dwarf? Sure, I'll let it go through. Ah, fucker, here comes a dwarf that when it hits you and all the other creatures that hit you, I get all that treasure. You know, I get 10 treasures for each. Not
Yeah.
that, but you know,
Yeah.
every creature that hits you, I get a treasure. Like, that'd be kind of cool to do a little, but I know it doesn't fit with the ninja
That's
theme.
very Tyrion Lannister of you to do. That's
Oh, it's a Malort night. All right. All
all
right. That is our
Thank
Fav5
you, Mr.
that,
Scott.
that lasted over an hour. How do we do
Over
it?
2 hours. All right.
No,
yeah, we're done.
Our
We're
Fav
done.
5 lasted an hour, I think. I think it's
yeah, yeah. What happened?
This is why you don't do this. Look what you did, you little jerk. All
This
right.
is why you don't do Malort. Because if you plan on going
is
to
what
bed at 2,
happens.
now
Look at
it's 5 a.m.
Because guess what? Lowry's going to get off of this and he's going to start looking at TikTok, and then he's going to start posting in the Discord and be like, hey guys,
true.
you see this?
Maybe.
You see this?
Maybe, and nobody
Well, because you're the only one
posts
up.
anything. Sometimes I do get like a slow clap, like "good job for you," but that's just Alex, and he's just
up.
pointing it out. That was silly to post that at 3 a.m. I'm gonna go eat some zucchini cake.
Oh, there you go. All right, guys. That'll do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
I love boobs, I'm talking tatas. I love boobs, I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs, thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
I see you.